Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time, we got ourselves a full
This isn't
party.
the way to the pier.
And this was the way we came up a few episodes back when we came up with Waka through the water there. We're never allowed back into that area again for some reason or another. In fact, I don't even know why it was there other than to show off the awesome scenery, but... Anyway, now that we've done that, we can enter here. Before moving forward, I would recommend you put Titus's overdrive mode on loner. If it's already full, cool. If not, don't worry about it. You can talk to this thing. Something about a Kilika, a Nabikanel, and I have no idea. But yeah, as you progress here, we get cutscenes. And I was going to say our blue furry friend is coming to say hi, but I don't think he's much of a friend at the moment. We saw him before in the Cloister Trials there. Now, he has 750 HP, and you need 300 damage to overkill him. Still not quite on that yet, but I'm getting better. So I can do it right from the get-go if I hit him one more time or something with an overdrive. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheer, and the reason for this is I want to get the overkill on him because he does drop ability spheres, and those are useful. Man, with loner overdrive mode, it'll charge every time I take an action, and so it'll charge really fast even if I'm not doing anything. Once you've done enough damage to this guy here, he'll start using jump on you instead. So that's 4. And 5. Now, at this point that he started doing jump, he'll alternate between using jump and using a normal attack, which isn't really a big deal because we almost have our overdrive, and I hit him once. And now I've got my overdrive again. We can hit him with Spiral Cut one more time. Still not there. I'm twitchy. Way too twitchy. And for using his overdrives over and over again, you learn the next ones. You guys are on the wrong side of this. He attacked me.
What's with that guy?
Kimahri Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way of fighting.
So he's savage.
That's not what I meant.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kimahri doesn't talk much anyway.
Okay, then.
He has protected me since I was a child.
Okay. Alright, did I get lucky? Not really. That's not really the one I wanted. There's a number of drops you can get from him. This Hunter Sword has Sensor on it, but that doesn't really help me all that much. I don't really need Sensor for him. In fact, I kind of wanted it for someone else. The other thing he can drop is something that gives the piercing ability, which allows you to pierce defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload, and I'm going to try a couple more times fighting him because it's not really that difficult to do, and see if I can get lucky enough to get the item that I'm looking for. It's just a piece of equipment. He can drop an armor with 5 defense, which is negligible, doesn't really matter. But if I can get something with piercing this early in the game, not that I really need it, but it would be valuable to have, especially if I could get lucky enough to get it for Waka. But anyway, I'm just going to try that once or twice, see if I can get it. If not, I won't worry about it too much. Okay, I tried a couple more times and I just kept getting Metal Shield, so we'll stick with that, that's fine. I do note that after the battle you are automatically healed, and make sure you turn your mode back to Slayer. And do note that we did get the other one now. Now, Spiral Cut is something that hits a single enemy. Slice and Dice hits 6 times randomly to all enemies on the field. If there's only one, it'll hit all of them. But it doesn't hit all enemies with each of those hit. It only hits each enemy with one of those hits. So it's much more useful on a single target like a boss than it is in a random battle. But you do want to continue to use his overdrives as often as possible because that's how he learns new ones. You'll notice in the battle, when I used Spiral Cut that last time, that's when I learned it. It wasn't after the battle. It was after using Spiral Cut, I think for the 10th time. And then I think I have to use this maybe 30 times to unlock his next one. His next one is I would say it's slightly more useful, at least early game. But anyway. We've got that set up, and the piece of equipment we got just gives us 5 defense, so might as well throw that on. It's better than nothing. Once you've done that, you can head back to town, and something will have changed. Okay, we've made it back to town here. Now, this part well, some of this we could have done already before, but if you go in and you talk to her, you can buy some weapons. This is only activated after defeating Kimahri. And we want to buy a Powerball. Now, you may think that 3% strength is negligible, and it is. What this does is it ups our, because there's a damage range for each of our attacks. What it does is it ups our range so that we have a higher chance of being able to hit that upper range that has, what's the word I'm looking for? Has that overkill value in it for the particular enemy we're trying to fight. There's only 2 that really matter, are really worth getting, and that would be the Mog for Lulu and the Ball for Waka. Yeah, he gives us a sword and he uses a Blitz Ball as a weapon. It's kind of dumb. He's also the strongest fighter in the game by the end of post-game, but until then, he's average. He just has the best endgame of anyone else. Now, you could buy these, which give you more HP. Really isn't all that important. I'm going to buy one for Waka, strictly because it bugs me that he's not equipping anything. Everyone else has something to equip. I'm going to get something for Yuna before the end of the area anyway. Now, you can sell off some of your excess stuff that you don't need. For completionists, I think there's only like 2 points where you can buy, or like 1 point where you can buy this long sword that has no slots on it, so you may want to keep that. If you're trying to 100% things, I don't care for that. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. And we're equipping everything else, so that's pretty much good. But when talking to her, this you could have done before fighting Kimahri. Dog dug up something yesterday. Wonder what it was. Well, once you've talked to her and figured that out, then you want to head, I believe it's into this house up here, if I remember correctly. And talk to the dog. He's got something in his mouth. Obtain something mangled and slobbery. Gross! And for some reason that teaches Valfor another overdrive. Energy Blast. It's higher in base power, but it also has higher recovery time after using it. It's just another overdrive is what it is. If we go to the Aeon menu here, we'll select Valfor. Yeah, so there you go. Its special attack is Sonic Wings. His overdrive is Energy Blast and Energy Ray. He's the only Aeon in the game, or he, I don't know. The bird is the only one with 2 overdrives in the entire game, as far as I know. There have been some changes made to other Aeon's overdrives in the international version and the HD versions of the game compared to the original. We'll go over those when we get to it. Doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, if you take a look at Waka's HP there, yeah, he gained 40 whole HP from buying that item. So it's not really necessary. So yeah, make sure that you get all of that stuff figured out before going forward now. Make sure you've gotten the Elbed Primer from in here. And yeah, once you've gotten all the stuff we need out of this village, then I'll meet you back where I left off. And we're back. Now, there are some, I think, 1 more tutorial battle, or 2. Notice there's a treasure chest kind of up above my head there. You won't be able to get that till much later in the game, unfortunately. But yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 more tutorial fights. I think it's just 1. No, there's 2. There's 2. And this is a unique encounter. You will not be able to encounter this enemy again if it's not
That's your department, right?
a tutorial battle.
True, but
A little too big for you,
why
huh?
don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of?
Yeah. This is one of the most interesting aspects of the battle system in this game. You can switch characters outside by pressing the L1 button. which means you can pull one character out, put another one in,
Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
and
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
you can balance
Okay.
out all of your different characters this way and use the ones that are really important for the specific situations. The downside to this is you have to have everyone do at least one action in battle, even if it's defending, switching doesn't count, in order to gain experience for that fight. Which means there are a lot of fights where you just pull somebody in, press the triangle button to defend, and then move on to the next character and defend, switch out, defend, and then use the one character who is actually useful in that fight to kill the enemy. It is kind of tedious. Now, one thing I wish they had added to this version that they didn't is an indicator. If you, well, you can't hit L1 right now, but when you pulled up that menu before that had Yuna's information on it, I would have liked them to have included a little check mark to show that someone has actually performed an action in battle, because there are so many times where I have completely forgotten to use a character because I thought I already used them and then I actually didn't. So that's somewhat unfortunate, but anyway. It's a little nitpicking detail, but the other thing I wish they added is a proper scene skip. If you press the start button during a cinematic cutscene, you can then press the square button to skip said cutscene. But at the same time, that's kind of all you get there. Here, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can use Sonic Wings. Sonic Wings will delay his attack, and you could just spam Sonic Wings over and over again, and it'll delay his attack quite a bit. He won't get nearly as many turns. The downside, as you can see here, well, actually you can't see here, but the secondary abilities of all your Aeons will always have a much higher recovery time after using them. So you don't gain as much by doing this as you might expect. You can also cast basic elemental spells. The Aeon has it, and it does more damage than its Sonic Wings there. You can also try a normal attack, kind of see what some of these basic things do. Looks like magic is our most effective method at the moment. We'll show off some of the other basic spells. They all have the same basic power. I don't think any of them have a different attack strength in this game. And there's a blizzard spell. Aw, no more snowman blizzard animation. That's unfortunate. Now, we have our overdrive. We could use it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to save that for later. And there we go, enough to kill him. If I had used the overdrive, I probably could have overkilled him, but nah, doesn't matter. I'd much rather hold on to that overdrive for later. We got a magical mog, so I probably didn't need to buy the one that I got before. Yeah, didn't need to buy it. Oh well. Too late now. So let's continue on. In the sequel, you can actually climb down here, and you can't really see it, but there's a platform down below.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one to me, huh? Say
Okay.
good night, birdie.
Now they're telling you about skill sets. Waka has what's called Dark Attack, inflicts darkness on an enemy for 3 turns with a reasonable accuracy rate. If you note up at the help icon at the top of the screen there, it'll usually tell you what an ability does, which is very, very useful. Because trying to remember what everything does, Dark Attack pretty obvious, but trying to remember what everything does would be a pain. Now we'll cast some fire here. You notice that our Aeon has slightly higher magical attack power, even though Lulu has a weapon that gives her more attack. In fact, I think Yuna has more of that anyway, because of her ability there. I'm actually going to guard with her, and then we'll attack with Waka. Because there's not much Yuna can do in this fight. Just throw another fire spell, because it's the first one on the list there. Then we'll pull out Yuna for Titus so that he gets his experience as well. You could build up with, what is it? You could build up with Cheer if you wanted to, but it's unnecessary in this fight. it really is just a tutorial battle to get you kind of acclimated. You can use your Aeons to fight big, powerful enemies, but you can also use tactics if you want. And I got it in my test run too. Oh boy. Cool. We get Dark Touch. I'm not sure if this is a guaranteed drop or something, but it's actually somewhat useful to have this for some fights going forward. It's not as useful as other other status effects would be, because we can already inflict that with Waka with his Dark Attack, but it's still pretty useful to have, and it sells for a decent amount of money too. So anyway, yeah, you see the treasure chest down there? You can actually walk down to that point in the game's sequel, 10-2, but yeah. Alright, I'll ask the question. Do you guys want me to do an LP of Final Fantasy X-2? I'm not going to say anything else about it, just there's the question, it's out in the open, let me know. Okay, so basically the way they have kind of talked about it, we have small, nimble, land-based enemies, which are Tidus's job to take care of. We have flyers, which it's Waka's job to take care of. And we have elemental fiends, thunder, which are Lulu's job to take care of. Yuna does have some white magic as well, so she can heal the party, and she can summon enemies to take care of powerful fiends. So that's basically what we've been given at this point, and what our abilities are able to do. We have some sphere levels built up, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, one more battle. One more battle. It's not really worthwhile running around training here, but I do want one more battle if possible.
With 4 of us, this is no problem.
Go. Okay, maybe I wanted more than one more battle. I did kind of want to build up Tidus's overdrive again, but well, he'll have the ability to do that later on. Now, I'll go over this at this point. If you want to do all this excess work and build up enough sphere levels to get down here, oops, you can learn the haste ability, which would make grinding in an upcoming fight a little bit easier if you have any interest in doing that. I don't, because it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to do a slight amount of it as is, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try and automate it or, set it up with haste or anything like that. It's unnecessary, but if you feel the need to do a whole bunch of grinding, you can definitely do that. You can gain a whole whack ton of sphere levels really early. I'll gain a few, but not that many. Alright. So yeah, there's no more reason to ever go over here. It was where we were with Waka the one time, and... Okay. Can I... Thank you. Yeah, the only reason to come back here is for the scenery. Yep, that's about it. No items over there, no nothing. Even though that flower kind of looks like an item because it stands out so much. Alright, let's continue down to the shore here. And you will want to make sure to put a save here, just in case you screw up going forward. So I got 10 saves, that's probably good enough. Start overwriting save files now. I do love this theme. Here, take this. Oh, we got a remedy. Yeah, you do want to talk to all of the people around here, because they will give you stuff. Did I already talk to you? Is it you that I needed to talk to? I'm pretty sure everybody gives you something. This is going to be the same situation. Okay, maybe I gotta wait until afterward. Yeah, there's nothing else we can grab around here. Oh, fine, we'll wait till everybody's stopped up here and then we'll talk to everybody. Hello? Can't talk to you right now. Okay. So yeah, some of the people will walk through you, some people will be in the way. I'll be in the way of them. But yeah, you want to make sure you talk to all of these. Okay, not everybody gives you items. A farewell gift. 400 gil. Nice. I think this is the most important one if I remember correctly. Yes, the Seeker's Ring. That one's important to pick up. Just can't say them. Oh, I got an ether. 3 Phoenix Downs. Nice. And I believe it was just the one item between the two kids then? I guess so. Let's equip that on Yuna before I forget. 10% HP, which is much better than you'll be able to get for quite some time. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about getting the armor that we could have gotten for Lulu because she has almost no HP, so 5% HP is literally going to give her nothing. It's like 15 or 20 HP. It's so not worth it. Okay, on to the boat. She was definitely well-liked, wasn't she? Oh yeah, I was mentioning, I think in the last episode about the different color of her
Goodbye.
eyes. They have an in-game reason for why her eyes are a different color, and we'll talk about that when it's not a spoiler. But from what I recall in my my lifespan development classes back in the day, I think like oh, I can't remember the term for it, but different colored eyes are a trait that is much more common in those who are twins. So there's an interesting tidbit that you didn't ask to know, and I told you anyway.
Ooh.
But hello, get out of the way. Game, stop that. What the hell are you doing? Yoink. What a dick. There's Waka. There, okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Too long. You got 3 seconds, not 4. Ah, he spies someone else to look at now. He's probably not going to give her the same treatment. Yeah, too many seconds. I think it's too many seconds. Ah, you got caught, buddy. Busted! Stop stealing people's binoculars, buddy. Dick. Break the laws of physics. Sure, why not? Alright. Hello.
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
Well now.
If you interfere with Yuna's pilgrimage, we won't take it lightly.
I don't think you like me very much.
I don't know who...
Okay. Just press the X button if you're, you know, your main button there if you're talking to people.
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going.
No, you haven't.
First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats and head for Luca.
Okay.
For that though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll
Okay.
be praying for the Aurochs' victory too, so you come along, yeah?
Sure.
Great plan.
What's wrong with it?
It is a great plan.
It's not a plan. It's
Don't
just
look at me.
do normal stuff. Yeah, that's the right reaction there, Titus. Don't get yourself
We'll
involved
be
in
praying
that
for
one.
the Aurochs' victory too. So
Yeah. Do you say anything new now?
If you interfere
Okay,
with...
no, shut up. All right, you could go over there and talk to people, but we want to head back here first. Hello? No, not really. Can I get that item now? Yeah, okay. Definitely not. Okay. There's a little mini-game quest thing with the seagulls here later on in the game. I don't think you can do it now, but anyway. If you could, I think that'd be broken, because I think you get something really useful for it. There's a book around here somewhere. Why'd you kill the music when I came in here, though? Go take a nap. Okay. Sure, why not? In order to take a nap, we gotta go down below.
Ooh, them's fascinating clothes.
Hi.
Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. Or me name's not Awaka.
Everyone who's played this game remembers this guy. Hello?
Don't look like you got much money, either.
No, I don't.
I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, no doubt.
Awaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Awaka the who?
But
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
That's hilarious. Oh, jeez, that's funny. Let's see here. We want to hit the door up. We'll go talk to him in a moment here. But we want to go in here and get Remedy. Well, isn't that just great? I don't think there's anything else over here. Now, this, you can kick this and you can get up to 20 potions. Not up to 20 out of it, but up to 20 in your inventory. I have more than that already, so I won't get any, but you can get up to 20 by kicking that over and over and over again until you're blue in the face. I was able to farm some of them earlier on in the game. Can I approach this? Thank you. I think we'll make an extra save file here. We can go talk to you. Game.
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
Okay, then.
Restrict.
Oh, I skipped his dialogue. Oops. Hello, Owaka?
The name of Walker will be spoken all over Spira. Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gill to lend?
Oh, the gill to lend. Sure, why not? Okay, the way this works is you can lend gill to Owaka. Now, this will impact his prices when he sells you items and weapons at, I think, like 2 or 3 spots, all in the same kind of collection inside the plot. So it's, you know, from the start to the end of one little storyline in the plot. There are very few items I wish to buy in that area, and the amount of gil you donate will change what kind of prices he offers at that point. At that point in the plot, he will have a monopoly over things, and so he will sell everything at a base 200% of retail price. He's got a monopoly, makes sense. You know, that's what he's there to do. However, depending on the amount of gil you lend him, if it's, I think, 0 to 100, it doesn't change at all. It's 200%. 101 to 1,000 will give you, I think, a 50% discount on his 200% markup. So it'll only be 50% more than it normally would be. And if you do 1,001 to 10,000, you'll get, I think it's a 70% discount or an 80% discount off of that 200%. So it's still more than it would normally cost. In order for the prices to be cheaper than it normally would be, you have to do 10,001 gil. You have more than just this opportunity to lend him gil. But the amount of items you can buy at this very short window are the only ones affected. His other, like, he'll open up a shop pretty much as you progress through the game. You'll keep seeing him over and over again. But only this 1 or 2 times you see him will these prices come into effect. So for the most part, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to lend him, I think I'm just going to lend him 101 gil because I probably only want 1 item from him. And I think its cheapest price is like 3,000, and its most expensive price would probably be, I don't know, close to 6 or something like that. So you could either lend him 101 or 1,001, but those are the only ones worthwhile. If you lend him 10,000, you need to spend, I think, 30,000 gil from him at that point in the plot, and you probably don't have that much, and he doesn't have that much good. If you bought one of everything he had at its cheapest price, you wouldn't even spend 20 grand. So I'm just going to give him 101 for now.
I guess it
Do
pays to
note,
ask. Thank you
this one.
kindly, lad. Fine seed money for the Oaka merchant empire.
Okay. Yeah.
Much
shut
obliged.
up. You don't sell anything, right? Yeah, you won't sell anything right now. There are, I think, 3 other points in the plot where you'll be able to donate money to him, and that's all before this other point comes up where he sells at the higher prices. There really isn't much point in spending the extra, but I figured I'd at least mention it for those who are interested. That would be the reason why you would want to farm the potions and all of the grenades there earlier on if you want to. I do note that we got a map. Not that it serves any purpose, really. It's just there. There is a use for it later on, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, enough rambling. That's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will continue on the boat and go back up on deck and talk to Yuna. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.